think my passion for cooking came because my grandmother had that passion. She loved it. Oh, I have many favorite memories. I used to always tell her when we walked in the kitchen that she all had the pans because the lids were plump, plump, plump. They were clanking together. So I said she could start a band with her pots and pans when they were cooking because they were all, sounded like they almost made music together, and I love that. And I love the smells of her kitchen. I mean, you could walk in, you could tell if she was cooking turnip greens, if she was frying chicken, if she was cooking cornbread. And yes, she was a messy cook just like me. She just couldn't help it. You have to make a mess in the kitchen, you know? When my boys were little, especially Willie, he thought it was real funny because I cracked the egg on his head. That may be what's wrong with his head right now. See how pretty that is? I love to make people feel good. And I feel like they feel good eating my cooking. And that makes me happy, happy. My dad, I lost him when I was 14. He was a hunter and a fisherman, and I would help him dress the game. And it was just something that I loved doing with him. So it was only natural that I would marry a man that loved to do all that too. I always say it that I'm a pioneer woman. I'm really not, because I'd have probably died in the first winter of the real pioneer days, because I would have froze to death. I probably forgot to get the wood in or something. When I was young, I was one of the few kids that actually loved asparagus. I did. I loved it. And she made it different ways so I would eat it. So that's what we did. When I first started making it, I used olive oil. But that's before I discovered LouAna coconut oil. And then, this is what I'm using now. It's delicious on here. If it works, we use it. And that's what LouAna does. I remember some of my boys, I would find some veggies like this under the table. You think maybe they got rid of them during the meal? I think so. Always these young guys say, Miss Kay, if I could find somebody just like you, I'd get married. And I'm like, they're out there. And then I think, no, maybe they're not. When I went to Phil's house, the thing I remember the most was there was always good food, there was always laughter. So I saw that, their house, like my house. And so I just wanted that to be like our house. I wanted it to be and continue with those same kind of good times around the table, where we all, both houses had a prayer and a table. And the food, it's perfect. The key to shrimp is I've learned from my husband, so I'll give him all the credit. A little over a minute is all you want to fry that first batch of shrimp. Okay, we're ready to go here. And remember what I told you. I'm going to try to drop these babies in here as fast as I can go. And then I'm going to turn my timer. And Phil's going to be so proud of me. The active cooking, I like that because I like to cook. But I guess I get more enjoyment out of watching them eat what I cook. You want me to test one? Delicious. Very hot, but good. My grandmother was one of the most serving people I've ever known. She always made a cake or pie. She said, somebody will be by to eat it. And then Phil's grandmother, she would get up every day and make a huge pan of biscuits. And I'm like, Mama, there's nobody here today but, me and Phil. She'd say, well, hon, don't you know? The strangers will come by. There'll be somebody that's hungry, and they'll come by. And sure enough, all the people would know she's going to make biscuits every day. And they came by. She had nothing. And you know what? She gave to somebody every day of her life. I think food is important to the South because it brings us all together as a family. You see that we sit down at the table every time and laugh and talk. It's more than just the food, it's the togetherness. Cooking is a way to make my grandmother proud. She's been gone a long time, but I know she would be so happy if she knew what I was doing. I hope I can make everybody happy by doing it.
You spend a day in the kitchen, what's What's next?
Sit on the couch and put my feet up. That's what I'll do. Have Bobo and JJ jump up my lap. It's gonna be fun.